combined lesson this week. I will have all first and second graders from Huckleberry and Summer Street for this special lesson. We are singing a patriotic song called Yankee Doodle. I'm sure you've heard it before, but hopefully we'll do it in a new and exciting way. Before we do anything, we'll have our mindful moment listening to some beautiful music. We will sing our hello song, and we will get to see a really cool instrument. It's called a snare drum. Most people don't have snare drums in their houses, but I'm really lucky because my son is a drummer and he has a snare drum. He's going to show us how to use it. He's going to do a little demonstration for us, and then we'll be singing and drumming. All right, let's get started. Okay, before we start, let's listen to some beautiful music. This is a song written by that famous composer, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. It's a duet for two instruments, for violin and viola. Can you hear two? Let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in. Bring those arms up and down. Focus your eyes, your ears, your mind, and your bodies on the music. You might have a lot of distractions around you. It's hard learning in your house. There might be a lot of things going on. Try to focus your whole body on this music by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. A duet for violin and viola. A viola is just like a violin, just a little bit bigger, and it has a little bit lower sound. Let's do another deep breath in. All right, let's start our music class with our hello song. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Can you sing with me? Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's make music. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my partner. Hello, everybody. Let's try to do it with humming. Close those lips. Ready, go. All right, I hope you were humming right along with me. Okay, I can't quite see you, but I'd love to know that you are waving hello. Can you wave and sing? Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's make music. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my partner. All right, how about clapping? We add those 3 quick claps on yes, indeed. Clap and sing. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's make music. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my partner. All right, how about no keyboard, just singing and clapping? Will you sing and clap with me? Here we go. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's make music. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my partner. Hello, first grade. All right, first and second graders, we sang a song to sort of warm up our voices. Now let's get into the main song for today. We are going to sing Yankee Doodle. Now, you've probably heard this song before. It's kind of a famous song. It's especially famous for kids. All kids sing Yankee Doodle. Well, today, we're going to learn a little bit about the song. Did you know that Yankee Doodle is like 250 years old? Way, way back in our history, when America was still sort of controlled by England. We were still an English colony. This song was being sung by the British soldiers. Yeah, the British soldiers would sing the song, and they kind of sang it almost to make fun of the American soldiers. They almost did it as a joke. But all those American soldiers just thought the song was so cute, they changed the words, and they made it their own. There are many verses to Yankee Doodle. We are going to do 3 verses today. Do you remember what a verse is? A verse is a part of the song that gets repeated, but the words always change. So the music is the same, but the words are different. So we're going to learn 3 verses of Yankee Doodle, and we're going to learn the refrain. The refrain of the song is always the same. So I'll sing verse 1 with different words, and then I'll sing the refrain always the same. Then I'll sing verse 2, different words. The refrain is always the same. Then I'll sing verse 3, different words. The refrain is always the same. Verse and refrain are kind of important vocabulary words, so I'm excited I get to share them with you today and sing a cool song. Yankee Doodle, 3 verses, and the refrain. The words are going to be up on the screen, so if you want to sing along with me, go ahead. But if you want to just listen and read along, that's okay too. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. That was verse 1 and the refrain. Most people know the words to verse 1, but how about verse 2? All new words. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooding, and there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. That was verse 2, totally different from verse 1. It was about Father and I going down to camp and hasty pudding. Then we heard the refrain. Now let's hear verse 3. There was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, a-giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. That was verse 3. Did you hear it was about Captain Washington? That was our first president, George Washington. All right, let's go back and do verse 1 again. I know most people know this one. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, verse 1. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, verse 2. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooding, and there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
All right, so we have a snare drum here and a snare drum player. This is my son, Hudson. Hudson, can you give us a little drum beat, do a couple of rolls? We want to hear what the snare drum sounds like. Just a pattern. Wow, very good. All right, so you're playing the snare drum with a pair of drumsticks. Do you have anything else that you play the snare drum with? Can you use your hand? Can you use a mallet?
No, not really. It's just the sticks.
Drumsticks, awesome. Because, we have so many different kinds of drums, and the drums are played different ways. So snare drum is just for drumsticks. So we're doing Yankee Doodle this week, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a little introduction to our song, and then maybe just keep the steady beat. Do you think you could do an introduction with us?
Sure.
All right, let's try something. Snare drum and keyboard by Mrs. Fraser playing together for Yankee Doodle. All right, here we have the keyboard and the snare drum playing Yankee Doodle. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, ready, go. Why the snare drum is such a unique drum. I mean, in the music room, we have a lot of hand drums. A hand drum is open on the bottom, you hit it on the top. It's a very simple drum. I mean, you just hit it. I love a hand drum because a hand drum is one of those instruments that I can get a lot of, and every kid in class can have one. I love the hand drum. But the snare drum is definitely unique and cool for its own special reason. Can you talk a little bit about the snare drum?
Sure. The snare drum is different, one, because it's closed on the bottom. Like this, the hand drum is open. And another thing this one has is these little tiny curved wires on the bottom, which give it its rattle. Here's a close-up of the snares underneath the drum.
Wow, these little coiled wires are stretched across the bottom of the drum. Now, how does that affect the sound of the drum?
Well, when you hit the drum, it usually would just vibrate the bottom, but since these are here, it's going to vibrate the cord, the little snares in the bottom.
So the vibrations cause those little wires to shake and rattle just a little bit. I want you to listen, boys and girls, to really hear that shaking, rattly sound that you hear every time he hits the drum. Let's do a little demonstration. Do you hear it? Sometimes it's hard to notice. Now there's a way to turn those snares off. We can actually lower the snares so those wires aren't touched so closely. They're not touching closely. They're low so that they won't rattle. They won't get the vibration. All right, so what we want to do is we want to lower these snares so they're not touching the surface of the drum. There's a little lever right here, and it's hard to see, but they are just off the surface of the drum. And I'm just going to hold it so you can really see it. Here. Do you hear the difference? Do it some more. Now, I do the same thing. I do press the lever to press those snares back to the surface of the drum, and then here's our snare sound. Doesn't that sound great? All right, let's do the rhythm of Yankee Doodle. Could you do that for me? Mm-hmm. Yankee Doodle went to town. The exact rhythm of the words while I sing. Ready? Let's try it. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Will you come back and play for us a little bit later in the lesson?
Of course.
All right. All right, look at all of these tas and TTs. All right, your TTs are the two notes that are sort of connected at the top. There's a beam across them, and your tas are by themselves, just a black colored in circle line going up, and there's some tas over here. Your TTs are called eighth notes. There's a lot of eighth notes in this song. And your tas are called quarter notes. Your quarter notes go a little bit slower. You sort of sit on that quarter note. The eighth notes, they kind of keep going a little bit faster, and the quarter note is a little bit longer. All right, let's say these notes with the tas and the TTs. Will you say them with me? Look at each note and say ta or TT. Ready? Right with me. 1, 2, ready. Here we go. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta, ta. T, 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 ta, ta. Huh. Did you do it? Did you stay with me? All right, let's do it again. Let's clap this time. So we're going to clap and say tas and TTs. Ready? 1, 2, ready. Here we go. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta, ta. T, 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 ta, ta. How'd you do? Okay, now we're taking out the tas and the TTs. Let's put in the words to the song. There it is, Yankee Doodle. And you can see the faster notes and see how that on the word town, that's the quarter note, because we sort of sit on it a little bit longer. Same thing in the second line with the word pony. Now the third line has all TTs. That is a lot of eighth notes in a row. And then the fourth line has some more eighth notes and ending with 2 quarters. That is our song, Yankee Doodle. Will you sing it with me? We're looking at the music, we're singing the words, and clapping the rhythm. Will you do it with me? 1, 2, ready, here we go. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. How'd you do? One, two, ready, here we go. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Okay, first and second graders, we clapped that rhythm. We saw all those tas and TTs, the eighth notes and the quarter notes. Now I think we should play that rhythm on a drum. Now, I know you probably don't have a snare drum at your house. I mean, I'm pretty lucky to have Hudson living with me. But I thought we could come up with something for a drum, so I grabbed from my kitchen a plastic container. It's just a plastic container with a lid. Sometimes I put my leftovers in this. And I also grabbed a box of pasta. I have a couple of markers that I use for my whiteboard. It sounds like a pretty good drum. Let me try the pasta box. That's not bad. How about if I do both? I think I have some pretty good options here. Hey, can you go grab something to use as a drum? Maybe a plastic container or a box. You could use a book. You could even use the cups that we've been using. That's fine too. Go grab something and bring it back so we can play the drums together. All right, I hope you found something to play. Why don't you send me a picture of what you're playing, or send me a video of how you play the rhythm on your drum. I would love to see that. Okay, so here's our challenge. We are going to play the rhythm of the Yankee Doodle, the tas and the TTs on our drum. We are only going to play on the verse. So there are 3 verses, which means we will play 3 times. we will not play on the refrain. Do you think you can remember that? All right. Rhythm, tas and titis versus singing, just singing on the refrain. All right, let's start. The words are there, the rhythm is there. Have fun and good luck. Yankee Doodle went to town. 1, 2, ready, go. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Verse 2, play the drum with me. Father and I went down to camp. 1, 2, ready, go. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooding. There we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Verse 3, I'm going to switch out my drum. I'm going to use my pasta box. Are you ready? Verse 3, 1, 2, ready, here we go. There was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, a-giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. I hope you are singing and drumming right along with me. Okay, I think before we end our lesson today, we should get Hudson back with the snare drum, with the keyboard, singing and playing all together. Will you do it with me? All right, so I have Hudson here. We have the snare drum and the keyboard. We are going to all play and sing together. Now, we only want to play on the verse of the song. Okay, Hudson, we want to hear the snare drum play the rhythm of the verse of the song. Do you know which part of the song is the verse?
Yes, the verse is the part of the song that tells the story, and the words are always different.
That's right. Awesome. Good job, Hudson. All right, so how many verses will we do?
2,
3.
3.
We'll do 3 verses. Now, the song Yankee Doodle actually has a lot more than 3, but we are going to do 3 verses and the refrain. We'll do the refrain 3 times, but we won't play.
All right.
Okay?
Go.
All right. Can you do a little intro for us? Go. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Ready? Verse 2. Father and I went down to camp. 1, 2, ready, go. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooding. There we saw the men and boys as big as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. All right, come back in, snare drum. Come back in, drummers. This is verse 3. There was Captain Washington. There was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, a-giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. All right, before we say goodbye to Hudson and the snare drum, how about we just play Yankee Doodle, and you can play any rhythm you want.
Okay.
You know, these eighth notes and quarter notes, they're pretty simple for a kid who's in the 9th grade. So you want to play whatever you want?
Sure.
Okay, he's going to play his own rhythm. I will still play Yankee Doodle. Enjoy! Thank you. All right, say bye, Hudson.
Bye, Hudson.
No.
Our music lesson for the week is over, but the fun doesn't have to stop. This document came with all your online learning stuff on Sunday night, so check it out. You can listen to that song that Mozart wrote for the violin and viola, and you can check out a video to see how snare drums are made. Keep making music, keep singing, keep dancing, keep practicing, and don't forget to send us an email to let us know how you're doing. Mr. Z and I would love to hear from you.